Hello, everybody, and welcome to Talking Hockey, the show where we talk all about hockey. Today, we're going to be talking about the reverse retro jerseys. I'm your host, Ryan Flanagan. With me, I have our other host, Patrick Pegg. Patrick?
Hey guys, nice to see you. The one thing that I'd like to bring up about the reverse retros is we were thinking of bringing you a top 10 or a bottom 10 or something like that, but then we looked at the jerseys and we realized that there are a lot of different teams that are fighting for that number 1 spot on the jersey list, but there are a lot of teams fighting for that 31 spot on that jersey list. So we decided to bring you a top 4 and a bottom 4 of our favorite and least favorite jerseys from the NHL Reverse Retro drop.
Mm-hmm. So we'll get right into it.
My 4th favorite jersey has got to be the Tampa Bay Lightning jerseys. As you can see, old logo, new colors. It looks like a brand new jersey. They bring back the nostalgic factors of the Martin St. Louis era Tampa Bay Lightning. It's a beautiful jersey. It's just brings back so much perfect hockey play. Like, Martin St. Louis is just one of the best snipers of all time. And just to see these clips, this jersey, I would want this jersey.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a good example of a reverse retro. They've got their retro logo, the retro jersey, and the reverse because they're using their modern day colors. I think it's a good example of it, but personally, I just can't get behind the color scheme of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
The chunky black and white is just not what you want to see. So, like, I'm glad that they brought it back with the blue because it makes it look like more slimmer and sleeker of a jersey.
Coming up, here's my number 4 favorite jersey. It's the Anaheim Ducks, the Wild Wing jersey. It's such a cool, interesting jersey. The only reason it's not higher on my list is because it just looks a bit weird with the white on white. The original jersey, which we'll see in a moment, was white on green. I would love to see maybe green on white for the reverse retro would have been awesome, but not changing the logo is great as well. The thing about Anaheim, though, is here you can see Paul Kariya ripping a wrist shot with the old Wild Wing jersey. The thing is, though, they just had such a good purple jersey. Part of me wishes they just went back to the normal Mighty Ducks jersey. They've never fully brought back that exact jersey since losing it and deciding to wear the nastiest jersey in the league as the Anaheim Ducks.
It has to be something with Disney that they can't use it. But, like, they use it on the shoulders. That's what I like.
It's so strange, but Wild Wing is an excellent jersey.
So my 3rd favorite jersey has got to be the Los Angeles Kings. That royal purple on the yellow just looks so crisp and clean. It brings back the times of the Gretzky era in his later years. We got, like, the black and white Kings logo, but they put it on the purple and yellow jersey, and it just mixes perfectly. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I got to agree with you on this one. Purple and yellow is such an excellent combination of colors. I may or may not like this jersey so much that I included it on my top 4 list as well. Spoiler alert. Sorry to the folks at home.
It's just they did one of the best jobs. I can't take that away from them. It looks honestly amazing, and if we take a look at the reverse jersey, it looks exactly the same. They kept the crown. They put it at the bottom of the logo now. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's such a good combination of 2 retro jerseys. You got the ancient purple jersey combined with the Gretzky era logo, which is fantastic. LA is doing everything right with this reverse retro. Coming up next after that, here is my number 3 favorite jersey, the Calgary Flames, going with Blasty. It's such an excellent choice for the reverse retro. Calgary they're doing everything right this year. It's a bit tough being Calgary because their normal jersey is almost perfect. Everybody loves it. Such a classic C with an excellent color scheme. I remember when Blasty first came out. Here you can see Jerome McGinley rocking Blasty. When it first came out, people didn't like it. It was weird. Why would you step away from, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Calgary Flames was doing everything right. But at this point in 2020, it's old enough to be nostalgic. It's an excellent retro. I love Blasty. It's the perfect choice for the reverse retro. Such a good-looking jersey.
And I don't know what else I can say about it. It's just such a perfect jersey for what they did.
You can see the old one right there on screen. The main difference between that and the new reverse retro is I think that the arm stripes are a bit diagonal or triangular, kind of like you can see on me here.
Yeah. For my number 2, it's got to be the Quebec Nordiques jersey. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The Colorado Avalanche went, hey, You don't think we have history because we came here in the 2000s. We have history. We have the Quebec Nordiques. We can make this something that you haven't seen before, and it's beautiful. I just love the logo. The Igloo logo is one of the most iconic NHL logos that they've ever had, and just to mix it with that nice Colorado color, they did it very well. It looks retro, but it looks new. They did a reverse retro.
Yeah, it's a shining example of the reverse retro. They've got the retro jersey, and they perfectly combined it with the reverse colors, being the Colorado Avalanche's like maroon, purple, whatever you want to call it, burgundy color scheme. It's such a cool, beautiful looking jersey. Next up, we've actually got Patrick's number 3 pick. A bit of a mix-up in the order here, but here we've got the LA Kings again. Patrick, your choice this time.
We've got the LA Kings once again. It's just such a beautiful jersey, as we were saying. It's royal colors. They're proving that they're the Kings. They're the Kings of Los Angeles. Nobody's going to take that away from them. And with this iconic color, it's just such commercially, like, it attacks the fans. You want this.
Yeah. I can't believe they ever decided to move away from this color scheme. Like, being silver/gray and black is an interesting choice because there's no other teams in the league that are that color combination. But there's no other teams in the league that are purple and yellow, and it's such a good combo. The contrasting colors. Purple is opposite from yellow on the color wheel, the color spectrum, so they clash in such a good way. It's just such a beautiful jersey, and I love the combination this time around of the like semi-old logo with the really old color scheme. Such an interesting reverse retro.
So, for my number 1, I had to go with Blasty. Like I said, it's a jersey you can wear outside on the street a regular day. It looks something you can put in with an outfit. It just looks like something I could wear, and people be like, "Yo, that's a cool jersey, bro." Like, I would get a compliment on wearing that. That's what I'm trying to get across.
Blasty is an excellent design. Everything about it works. Like you said earlier, I could wear a T-shirt that looked like that and probably get compliments on it in public. And it also represents Alberta in such a good way.
Oh, yeah.
Alberta is, all about cowboys and rodeos and the Calgary Stampede and everything, so a horse just fits perfectly for the Calgary Flames. I love Blasty. Calgary, like I said earlier, Calgary is doing everything right with this jersey. Next up, we'll be mentioning my number 1 favorite reverse retro jersey. I gotta go with the Minnesota Wild. It just looks so good. The green and yellow on this new logo just works for me. I love the way it looks. It's also interesting because the Minnesota North Stars, which the jersey is based on, were the original green and yellow team. They aren't the same franchise as the Minnesota Wild. The Minnesota North Stars moved to Dallas and became the Dallas Stars. So it's a really interesting, in my opinion, this Minnesota history of their old hockey team color scheme on the new jerseys. Here you can see Mike Modano rocking the North Stars jersey, his final game in Minnesota. Here we've got the old Minnesota jersey that the new reverse retro is based off of. I think it's an excellent history lesson for the state of hockey, and I think it just works with the new logo.
Oh, yeah.
After the commercial break, we will be coming back to you with our bottom 4 least favorite reverse retros each.
You might want to get ready for that.
plant over by the green screen. I think it's fake. Not sure if I've ever seen it grow or change its size. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Talking Hockey. We're talking about the reverse retro jerseys today, and soon enough, we're going to be coming at you with our bottom 4 least favorite, ugliest jerseys, starting with my number 4 least favorite jersey. I think there was a lot of ugly jerseys this year, and I got to start it off with the Pittsburgh Penguins jersey. Yes, it's from an awesome, iconic era of Pittsburgh players, but I just hate text as a logo. I want a picture as a logo. That's the whole point of a logo, to create something cool to represent your team. But instead of that, Pittsburgh decided to go with just the word Pittsburgh. I'm just reading it. It's there's nothing creative about it.
Yeah, I've said this many times. Unless you're from the city, I'm not wearing a jersey to support Pittsburgh. I'm wearing a jersey to support the Penguins.
Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah, and here we've got Mario Lemieux and Jaromir Jagr repping the jersey, which are great guys, and I get it. And here's Lemieux holding up the new reverse retro. But in my opinion, Pittsburgh just has such a history with different logos,
Yeah.
a lot to choose from. They've got the blue. They've got the old triangular Robo Penguin situation going on. They could have used that jersey. I would have preferred to see that. I just hate the idea of having to read a jersey.
It's the dumbest idea. They had so many good Penguins that they could have ran with, but they decided to just keep it on the shoulder and run with the text across the chest. It was not a smart idea on their front. I'm sorry I'm going to have to do this to you, Ryan, though. I'm going to bring up my 4th least favorite jersey, and that will definitely have to be the Minnesota Wild, the North Stars jersey.
Oh.
In my opinion, social media ruined it for me. Somebody said it looked like the Subway logo with the Subway colors. I can't get it out of my head. It's just a little bit darker of a green maybe would have done it or something. It's just like spot on. They went to Subway, these are the color splotch numbers we need for this jersey, and put it out there.
I see where you're coming from. It does look like Subway, but in my opinion, Subway is an excellent looking fast food restaurant. They've got their color scheme down. It's a good looking brand, but I do understand this jersey does sadly look like Subway fast food sub sandwich restaurant.
But yeah, other than that, Mike Modano area, don't have anything bad to say about the history of this. It's probably the best history of Minnesota they could have told with the jersey. But I just think there's definitely a lot of better color ideas they might have went with.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we've got my 3rd least favorite jersey. It's the Detroit Red Wings. In my opinion, this jersey is ugly. In Detroit's defense, they don't have a lot going for them. They've never changed their logo. They've had almost the exact same jersey for all time throughout their entire history, which is a long, long time. So they didn't have much of a decision. They had nothing else they could really go with. But the gray just looks so ugly. It looks like a practice jersey. Here's Yzerman ripping a slap shot in the same jersey that they've always worn. The only thing, if I were in the shoes of the person designing the jersey, maybe I would say go with some red and white stripes, like a Where's Waldo looking jersey, which I know isn't a retro throwback to anything that actually existed, but I just hate the gray.
Why don't pull a Pittsburgh, put Detroit across the chest? You could have done anything.
Yeah, they could have done anything. Even that would have been an improvement. I still would have probably ranked it very low if they had decided to do that. But to each their own.
So if we're going to run it back to my number 3, we've got to say that Vancouver, once again, the internet ruined it for me. It looks like a Sprite bottle. The red to blue gradient looked beautiful. It looked strong. It looked fierce. It's all the small details about the jersey. The red, stitching on the crest that like made it stick out. It's just, it doesn't do that with the green, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. It does look like a Sprite can, but I love the gradient. It's a dead aspect of hockey. There you can see what it used to look like back in the red, and the red does look better. But I'm super excited for gradient jerseys to back. There used to be a couple back in the early 2000s, late 90s, and it was a weird thing that nobody liked and died off. But it's old enough to be nostalgic now. But still, it does look like a Sprite can.
I think nobody's gonna like it. It's
It
gonna die off.
does look like a Sprite can. Next up, you have my second least favorite jersey. It's the New York Islanders. This is the least creative reverse retro out of the whole bunch. Spot the difference, Patrick. Where does this differentiate between their normal jersey?
I can't tell you. Is the lines thicker? Is it
Maybe the blue is a bit deeper. Is the navy instead of a sky blue? I don't know. I just
Couldn't tell
think
you.
maybe they didn't get the memo and they had to come up with something with 30 seconds before the release date. But there's nothing creative about this jersey. There's nothing exciting for it to be an alternate to hype people up. Look, here's the jersey that they normally wear. Spot the difference. Maybe the striping is a little bit different. It seems to be the same logo, the same colors. Like the blue is a tiny bit different. I don't know what New York Islanders were thinking, but this jersey is just too boring for me.
I'm just saying, if this jersey was an assignment, it'd definitely get plagiarism. That's,
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and they've got that fisherman logo they could have gone with.
Anything would have been better. But once again, we're bringing back another jersey we've already talked about. My number 2 least favorite jersey has got to be the Detroit Red Wings jersey. Once again, I want to spend as much time on it as they did, but we have a format to follow, unlike them apparently. So they put the gray stripes. None of their jerseys have ever been gray. Why would you need a gray stripe? Nothing about this jersey makes sense for reverse retro theme. Yes, retro, your jersey's retro, I get it.
Yeah, your jersey's retro anyway, Detroit. Like, try something new, please. It seriously looks like a jersey that you would find at Toys R Us or Walmart or maybe some foreign knockoff company's website that makes rip-off cheap versions of jerseys that are slightly different so that they don't get caught.
Yeah.
It just looks like knockoff Detroit. Here you've got their normal jersey, and you can see the differences are very slim. It's just the color of some stripes. Oh my gosh, Detroit! What are you doing?
You're a original 6 team. You have some history that you can.
But up next, we've got, in my opinion, the ugliest jersey of the whole reverse retro bunk,
100%.
the Winnipeg Jets. If I'm not mistaken, this is your number 1 ugly as well.
This is my number 1 ugliest jersey as well. It's disgusting. Where would you get that gray from?
The gray.
You've never had gray in your history.
This jersey is so bad that both myself and Patrick ranked it number 1 ugliest jersey of the whole bunch. I can't understand why they chose to go with gray and gray. 2 grays. I think it's like a dark gray, maybe a black close to it, and then another darkish gray for the whole jersey. Coming from the Winnipeg Jets, which is such a beautiful, historic team anyway, with the blue and the red and the white. As you can see here, they look like the colors of a hockey rink. It's excellent. Maybe they could have gone with a red version of this jersey.
The thing is that I don't understand is they kept that iconic era of logo as well. Like, they kept the circle with the jet, and like I don't understand. You keep the logo, you keep everything amazing about the jersey, but you change the perfect color away of it.
Yeah, the only people who could possibly defend this jersey are diehard Winnipeg fans, and from what I've seen, those guys don't even like it.
Yeah, they don't like it at all.
What this jersey reminds me of is the end of winter, when you see the snow on the side of the road, and as the snow is beginning to melt, but all that gravel and all that dirt and all the salt and all that gunk has mixed in with the snow, and it starts to turn gray and nasty. This jersey is the nasty end of winter sludge jersey, and I hate it.
Well, you don't need to worry about it, because if the Winnipeg keeps playing the way they do, they will be gone by September.
Yeah, I don't know if Line A is going to be sticking around there. That's just about all we've got to talk about. Those have been our top 4 and bottom 4 reverse retro jerseys. I hope to see you guys next time back on Talkin' Hockey.